Creativity is an addiction. So is ice cream. Yeah, it is. I'm addicted to water. I gotta have water all the time. I love water. I drink a lot of water. I pee a lot. Define addiction. What is your addiction? I think creativity is an addiction. I live knowing that. I do. I called it out back in the 1990s. I said, this is who I am. I am addicted to creativity, and I'm not alone. Because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like crap. It does things to you. It keeps you awake. It puts things in your head and heart. You get it. You get it. Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity, totally uncut, because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. I think one of the reasons why I enjoy being a daily writer is that I'm not afraid to put junk down on the page. I'll put stuff down that people don't want to talk about. And then I come here and I go, hey, guess what we're going to talk about today? And it's so funny that people will say, you're too way the hell out there. Yeah, I know. How do you think I feel when the original thought falls upon this page that's in front of me? I wish you could see this book. Can you hear me turning the pages? This is the book. I write in a journal every day, and it's freeform thinking. It's stream thinking. It happens in the now. I never set out to know what I'm going to write about. But you hear that? God dang, there's a lot of words in this book. Every day. When did I even start this particular, it's a hardcover journal. I started this particular journal on Saturday, May 29th at 9:38 a.m. And today's physical date is June 22nd, 2021. And I wrote at 6:18 this morning. I put stuff on paper that you don't want to talk about. You probably don't even want to hear it, but I'm going to bring it up. Because somebody is going, well, why am I holding on to this? What am I supposed to do? I'm just as alone as you. Yeah, you are. I said something this morning in my prayer that woke up a side of my personal walk. I asked, how do we know it's you? How do we know it's you? No, really, seriously. Ask yourself that right now. How do we know it's you? That's a huge question that cannot be easily washed away by way of faith. How do we know it's you? See, I grew up watching my parental figures as they taught us. They were there. They were physically there. There was evidence of their presence every day. Inside my mind, body, and soul, I still have the images and the voice, everything of my mom and dad. The spiritual journey is not the same. I totally get the process, but there are moments of huge question. How do we know it's you? A simple conversation suddenly becomes pictures and advertising on social media. It's as if Amazon and Facebook are constantly listening. And so is the great creator, or so we are told. I take daily walks through this forest in South Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm always out there within those trees. I look at everything. I study everything. I hear everything. God isn't just prayer. I'm constantly searching for this dude named Waldo, only to learn that God is in all things. But what does it represent to the future reader who may not believe? Turn the page. No, go back to that page. You hear it? God is in all things, but what does that represent to the future reader who may not believe? Turn the page, and it's a different subject. Whew. Do I want to read what's on page 3? Or do you want to talk about this thing? How do we know? Maybe the answer is on page 3. Maybe what we need to do is discover what could be, possibly be, what might be, is on page 3. And page 3 starts off with the things that we do that others don't see. See, you didn't see me question this morning. At what time did I start writing this morning? I started writing at 6:18 this morning. It's now 7:24. You didn't see me writing. You didn't see me question, how do we know it's you? Only to write on page 3 the things that we do that others don't see. As a daily writer, I do a lot of looking. I look around the room. I look out into the forest. I watch as Jazzy snoops around the house. I swear I do more looking than I do writing. It's because I have mastered the art of being aware. Awareness. That's what I am. I am a master at awareness. It's my path. Believing in the presence of what is now. Activating the connection, participating with the purpose, knowing what is now is the existence of my belief. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do my typical thing. Hey, it's Arroe. This is the Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer because I believe in the presence of now. I write about now because we don't have any control of what was yesterday. We have no control of what the future is, but we can be in control of what is now. I am a creative mind. I question everything. Eventually, I grow tired of questioning everything, and I accept all things for what they seem. Oh, I'll come back to it on a different day. So do you. We all wonder if another person could ever walk in our shoes. And the question is, do you have the strength to admit that nobody can be you, and you can't be them? Because we don't know their full story. You may be living with somebody. I'm married to a woman that we've been together for 29 years. I don't know her. I think I know her. I only know her in the presence of herself. But I don't know how she thinks. I don't know how she believes or breathes. She's a beautiful woman. But I don't know her. I don't know what is going on inside her head. I can assume, because action and reaction and habits are the same thing, but that doesn't mean that I could walk in her pair of shoes. She does things. I thought I was a hard-working, dedicated, loyal person to the community. She's totally beyond what I'm capable of doing. I think that's the reason why I do what it is that I do. Because I see her doing it well before me. And it's like, I just want to keep up. You're brilliant. You're brilliant at what you do. And that's what shapes us. So I ask you to look around you. What is shaping you? The things that we do that others don't see. As a daily writer, I do a lot of looking. I look around the room. I look out at the forest. I watch as Jazzy snoops around the house. I am aware. And the thing is, you are too. But how much do you invest in your awareness? Can somebody walk in a pair of your shoes? I think if we allow them, we're only inviting them to be injured. Because only you know the story. It's not easy being in someone else's shoes. And even in our own individual shoes, it's very difficult. Will you admit that? Can you tell me how difficult it is to be you? Will you please talk to me about what it's like to be you? I really am that inquisitive. I want to know what you think. It's not because I want to be Snoopy. It's not because I want to change you. I just want to know what it's like to be you. It's hard enough to be me in a world that says, this is the way you're supposed to be. Yeah, I don't like that thought at all. I don't. This is the way you're supposed to be. I'm going to say something, and I don't want to offend you, but I'm going to read that last part again, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. It's hard enough to be just me in a world that says you have to be this way. Picture in your mind my middle finger. Yeah, it's waving goodbye to those that say I have to be this way. My middle finger. No. Be you. No matter what the cost is, be you. Just tell me what it's like. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.